suppose you live alone or anything.
No.
I've got some wonderful caramels at the hotel if you'd like to. Oh, the professor, Hill.
Professor of what? At what school do they give a degree for harassing women on the street like a Saturday night rowdy in a public dance hall?
Oh, I wouldn't know about that. I'm a conservatory man myself. Gary, Indiana, gold medal class of '05.
Even should that happen to be true, does that give you the right to follow me around wherever I go? Another thing, Mr. Hill, I'm not as easily mesmerized or hoodwinked as some of the people in this town, and I think it's only fair to warn you that I have a shelf full of reference books in there, which may very well give me some interesting information about you.
Hey, Gregory!
Oh, hi, Marcellus. And don't call me Greg.
Sorry. So, how'd you make out with the music teacher?
Scrumptious. Hand out my hand the minute I tipped my hat.
She did! Boy, did you cut a swath tonight! There for a few minutes, even I thought you knew something about leading a band. Kind of like when you used to imitate that band concert fella back in Joplin.
Yeah. Da 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 da. Ah, it's good stuff. I'm in rare form these days. Just keep your eyes on me for the next 4 weeks.
4 weeks? But it only used to take 10 days for the instruments to arrive.
Oh, it still does, but it takes 4 weeks for the uniforms.
Uniforms? Oh, no, Greg, you haven't added uniforms.
Uniforms and instruction books.
Instruction books? Oh, but Greg, you can't pass yourself off as a music professor. Not for any 4 weeks.
Mars.
Greg, you don't know one note from another.
I have a revolutionary new method called the Think System, where you don't bother with the notes.
Oh, but Greg, in 4 weeks the people are gonna want to hear music. You have to actually lead a band.
But when the uniforms arrive, they forget everything else. At least long enough for me to collect and get out of town. Oh, this is a refined operation. And I've got it timed right down to the last wave of the brakeman's hand on the last train out of town. Now, Mr. Washburn, if you'll excuse me.
Gonna line yourself up a little canoodling, huh?
Well...
Oh, hey, I could fix you up with Ethel's sister. Lovely girl. She teaches Sunday school.
Oh, no wide-eyed, eager, wholesome, innocent Sunday school teacher for me. That kind of girl spins webs no spider ever. Now listen, a girl who trades on all that purity merely wants to trade my independence for her security. The only affirmative she will file refers to marching down the aisle, no golden, glorious, gleaming, pristine goddess. No, sir, for no Diana do I live on. I can tell you that right now. I snarl, I hiss. How can ignorance be compared to bliss? I spark, and I fizz. For the lady who knows what time it is, I cheer, and I rave. For the virtue, I'm too late to say. The saddle with wiser girl for me. No bright-eyed, blushing, breathless baby doll baby. No, sir, that kind of child ties knots. No sailor ever knew. I prefer to take a chance on a more adult romance. No dear young miss who keeps resisting. All the time she keeps insisting. No bright-eyed, wholesome, innocent female. No, sir, why she's the fisherman, I'm the fish you see. I flinch, I shy, when the last of the delicate air goes by, I smile, and I grin. When the gal with the touch of sin walks in, I hope, and I pray, for Hester to win just one more aim. The sadder but wiser girl's the girl for me. The sadder but wiser girl for me.
say at this time. My husband will wish to investigate, I'm sure. And naturally, I'm reticent. Oh, yes, I'm reticent.
Of course, Mrs. Shin, I understand. But you see, part of my music plans include a committee on the dance. Wait. Do that again, Mrs. Shin. Your foot, weight racing, just now. Oh.
Have a fun minute, Father.
Oh, what grace! What natural flow, rhythm! What expression of line and movement!
Mr. Hill.
You must accept the chairmanship of the Ladies' Auxiliary for the Classic Dance. Mustn't you, ladies?
Oh, yes.
Every move you make, Mrs. Shin, bespeaks Delsarte. Will you? Will you? Say yes, Mrs. Shin.
You lady McKinley Shin. Dancing. Well.
Then you accept.
Yes, and I would like to say.
Ah, thank you. Now, the young lady who plays the piano, Marion Carew, I believe. Well, after all, she is the librarian.
Big little toggle, ching, 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 go on, a little more. Big little toggle, ching, 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 go on, big little more. Big little toggle, ching, 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 go on, big little more. Big little toggle, ching, 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 ching. I'm hoping to stop the wrong ching, 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 ching. Of course, I should tell you this is bad, ching, ching, ching. Dirty books.
Dirty books.
Awesome. Ching, ching, ching. Rambler. Oh, ching, 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 ching. I should tell you. I'll tell. She may raise an overture to a man who never had a friend in this town until she came here. Old Miser Madison.
Miser Madison. Madison Gymnasium. Madison Picnic Park. Madison Hospital. That Miser Madison?
Exactly. Who did he think he was anyway?
Well, I should say. Show off. Gave the town the library too, didn't he?
That's just it. When he died, he gave the library building to the city.
But he left all the books to her. She was coming and going from his lips. Oh, yes, that woman may praise the He left River City, the library building, but he left all the books to her. Show us some
Just a moment. We need to see. Your credentials.
everything and it doesn't make any difference.
What are you talking about?
Oh, you were probably very young. Anyone can make a mistake.
What?
No apologies, no explanations, please. I'll only be in town a short while, and the sadder but wiser girl for me.
Will you please make your selection and leave?
Oh, I have.
Oh? What would you like to take out?
The librarian.
Quiet, please.
The librarian. You're not listening, Marion. Look, markers. 6 Steelies, 8 Aggies, a dozen Pee-wees, and 1 big Lassie with an American flag in the middle. I think I'll drop them.
No!
Madam Librarian, what can I do, my dear, to catch your ear? I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marian, heaven help us if the library caught on fire and the volunteer hose brigade men had to whisper the news to Marian. Madam Librarian, what can I say, my dear, to make it clear? I need you badly, badly, Madam Librarian. Marian, if I stumble and I busted my whatchamacallit, I could lie on your floor unnoticed till my body had turned to Marian, Madam Librarian. Now in the moonlight, a man could sing it. In the moonlight, and the fellow would know that his darling had heard every word of his song with the moonlight held in but when I tried in here to tell you, dear, I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marian, it's a long lost cause. I could never wait for the civilized world accepts everyone forgive us sin. And it's talking out loud with them, Librarian, such as Ria, ladies dance committee meets Tuesday nights. Madam Librarian, Ria.
Looks like we're ready.
Well, Tommy, we've had a pretty good day. 11 sales out of 12 tries. Tell you what, it is almost noon. You better go home and get some lunch. I'll try a few by myself.
Bye, Professor.
Thanks, Tommy.
Just a minute here. Are you still listening?
unusual tone quality that is just so unbelievably...
Flattery will not avail you. Soliciting is statutory in this county. Malfeasance without a permit. Why haven't you been down to City Hall with your references?
Oh, I just missed you. Mr. Mannix, your hand. Oh, no.
What?
That spread of the little finger. It's hereditary.
It is? What does that mean?
Oh, it means that your son's little finger is perfectly situated to operate the spit valve on a B-flat flugelhorn.
Is that good?
Good. Why, it means America has at last produced an artist who can flugel the minute waltz in 50 seconds.
Where can I get one of those horns?
Oh, sign right here, Mr. Mayor. That'll be $17 import fee.
Just think I could have missed this whole... I haven't got any son. You unscrupulous, flew-by-night, you unfabulous... Be down to City Hall with your papers by 3 o'clock.
You mean this afternoon?
I couldn't make myself any plainer if I was a Quaker on his day off.
Mrs. Peru, just what I wanted to see. You know, do you realize you have the facial characteristics of a cornet virtuoso?
I don't know if I understand you entirely, Professor.
Oh, well, if your son has that same firm chin and those splendid cheek muscles, by George. Not that he could ever be really great, you understand, but...
Oh, is that so? And in the name of St. Bridget, why not?
Well, you see, all the really great cornet players were Irish. Oh, Clark, oh, Mendez, oh, Klein.
Professor, we are Irish.
No.
Yeah.
No, really.
Yeah.
Oh, that clinches it. Sign here, Mrs. Peru. Your son was born to play the cornet. Fine. That'll be $7 earnest money. Nothing more due until the first installment, payable at the beginning of band practice.
I'll have to get that to you, Professor.
Oh, thank you. Well, I do need the boy's measurements for his band uniform.
His uniform. Oh.
Well, hello, son. Certainly, his uniform. And there won't be a penny due till delivery, which gives him 4 weeks to enjoy, to anticipate, to imagine, at no cost whatever. Never allow the demands of tomorrow to interfere with the pleasures and excitement of today.
Would it have
A stripe? Certainly, my boy. A wide gold stripe down each side. What do you think of that?
Oh. You'll have to excuse Winthrop, Professor. We can't get him to say 3 words a day, even to us. And if you can get him to play in that band, well, you'll have St. Michael's away with you. But if anybody can do it, I'll bet that you can. Oh, that's a crowd. I'd pick you for a hard-carrying, clay-pipe-smoking, shamrock wearing, harp-playing, Maverney pitching, terre-home insulting an Irishman. Oh, come and be jabbers. Where are you from, me boy?
Gary, Indiana.
Oh, I knew it, Gary. Where'd you see?
Gary, Indiana. In fact, Gary Conservatory was my alma mater.
Oh, was she now?
Oh, yes. Gold medal class of '05. How to do, Miss Peru?
How to do, Mr. Hill?
Of course, Peru. I thought the name sounded familiar. I've tried to see you since the
Oh,
other
he
night.
wants to put Winthrop in the band.
We're not interested, Mama.
But Marion, the boy might have his father's musical gift. He does have my jaw, you know.
Your husband musical. Well, I'd like to have
Are
a
you
talk.
burst in on everyone's home like this? Prying into personal affairs? We're not interested.
Marion!
Well, that's 1 for and 1 against. Why not let the boy's father decide?
The boy's father is dead. Anything else?
Oh. I'm sorry. But that's all the more reason why your brother should have
My
something.
brother is a 10-year-old problem child who can't understand why his father was taken away. Would you care to explain that to him? He's been brooding over it for 2 years. And as to your musical tricks, why don't you go into business with some nice carnival man who sells gold-painted watches and glass diamond rings?
Musical tricks? Well, Miss Peru, I hardly... I get the feeling she likes the idea. A little cautious perhaps, but I admire that in a woman. Just keep me alive and I'll be back later in the week.
One moment, Professor. About the boy's measurements. I make all of his clothes. Waist 21, sleeve 18, collar 14.
Fine. That's all I need. Now I must get back to the hotel.
Professor, I do hope you'll excuse Marian. She's not really
Please,
so...
don't worry about a thing. I'm sure that at heart she's as lovely as yourself. Good day to you, Widow Peru.
Dave.
Has he gone?
He has. And I hope not forever. Darling, don't you give any thought to your future? Gary, Indiana, that's about 5. Now, darling.
Now, Mama, surely a girl's future doesn't depend on encouraging every fast-talking, self-centered, woman-chasing traveling man who comes to town. And the fact that he claims his commodity is music does not, in this particular case, impress me.
All right, darling, all right. Only it's a well-known principle that if you keep the flint in one drawer and the steel in another, you'll never strike much of a fire.
Come on. Winthrop, I know you're there. Please, dear, go down to the library for me and ask Miss Grove to give you the book I've set aside. It's the Indiana State Educational Journal, 1890 to 1910. It's the large brown volume with black corners. You won't have to talk to anyone. I've written it all down. Thank you, dear.
Now, what you up to? And why are you needing books at this hour of the night?
I have a feeling the Indiana Journal can help me poke some rather large holes in the professor's claims.
Oh, well, like your book. At your age, if you don't mind my asking, what kind of white knight do you expect to come riding along?
Well, I'm not waiting for Luther Griner, who backs me into the ancient history shelf every time he comes into the library. Or Ed Gamage with that buggy of his with the removable back seat. But I'm not waiting for a man in shiny white armor either. My white knight, not a Lancelot, nor an angel with wings, just someone like me, who is not ashamed of a few nice things. My white knight, what my heart would say if it only knew.
Had to flip it.
You see? Isn't that just what I said? First the lumberyard, and now the footbridge. And where are you meeting after that? The black hole in Calcutta? Gas.
I only wanted to show you my invention.
What?
It's a music holder for marching piccolo players. It still has a few minor flaws, like when you get it tight enough to hold the music steady, it cuts off the circulation and you can't wiggle your fingers, and meanwhile, you could go blind. But that just...
Is that the first thing I said or not?
Yes, first thing.
First thing I said, rally hay with the horse. Get that man's credential. On the morning of July the 4th, 1912. And now look, my wife is off at any and all hours dancing instead of in the home.
But George.
The school board is singing up street and down alley instead of tending to city matters. My oldest daughter is boodling around with some hoodlum. And my business has fallen off so far I can't even find the balance sheet.
Mayor Schiff, I found something very interesting in this book about Professor Hill's alma mater,
Is who?
his university.
Oh, I know all about that. In fact, that's the only thing I can never get out of him. Gary Conservatory, class of '05.
If you'll just take a moment to read a little about the conservatory, I don't think you'll have to look further. It's on page 200.
Papa! The Wells Fargo wagon's coming from the depot.
The Wells Fargo wagon?
This time of day? Nonsense. The Wells Fargo wagon?
It could be the band instruments.
Oh, the band instruments.
In March I got a great wagon.
And once I got some great fruit from Denver.
Montgomery once sent me a bathtub and a cross-stitch song.
The Wells Fargo wagon is a coming down the street of Breeze. It's around the COE.
It could be curtains or dishes or a
Or it could be. Yes, it could be. Yes, you're right. It surely could be. Something special. Something very, very special now. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is a coming down the street. I'm coming past my door. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is a coming down the street. I wish I knew when he was coming more.
I got the salmon from Seattle last September.
And Daddy's been my new rocking chair. I hope I get my bracelets from Christmas.
The DA on it sent the cannon for the courthouse square.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is a coming down. I don't know how I can ever wait to see. It could be nothing for a summer trip. Not really what it could be. Not special. Just for me.
Here you are, Winthrop. Men, you will each receive individual instruction in due course. In the meantime, stay on the streets. Get acquainted with your instrument. Think about the minuet in G. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. La-di-da, la-di-da.
That's the thing, girl. That's his little old thing that was gone. I never saw. I see something. That was Grumpy's old thing. Oh, this girl.
Round one for you, Mr. Hill. I better hear some bygum tooting out of those horns in pretty short order, or I'll see you in front of the grand jury at the county seat. Now, Miss Marion, about that book.
George, check this
mixology. Get along if you want to. I've got to get something from the librarian. About that book.
The Ladies' Dance Committee meets Tuesday nights at the high school.